When preparing for your practical driving test, it is really good to understand the types of reasons why you would fail. We have filmed mock tests which are a great way to demonstrate these reasons, but nothing beats real-life situations. In this video, we have 3 scenarios from a real-life test, and we will analyse each one to determine what happened, why it was a fail, and what could have been done to prevent it. Before we get started, please consider subscribing to our channel, and if you find this video interesting, please click the like button as it really helps other people find us. Here we see the pupil approaching a roundabout. At this point of the test, the pupil is following sat-nav instructions as part of the independent driving part of their test. The sat-nav will have instructed the pupil to cross the roundabout, taking the second exit. At this point, the examiner will also have mentioned the traffic sign, which shows the second exit should be treated as straight ahead. With these 2 pieces of information, the driver should approach the roundabout, then indicate left before taking the second exit, which is signposted for Bury St Edmunds. Let's see what happens. The pupil gets confused, swerves to the right, and then takes the third exit from the roundabout. This is potentially dangerous, so a serious fault was given by the examiner. Let's review the clip again and analyse what should have happened. We should use the sat-nav screen and traffic sign to understand what direction the exit is in, so we can plan ahead and cross the roundabout in the correct road position. The number of the exit is good to know, but on its own doesn't tell us how to indicate or what lane to use. So read the sign and plan where to go. If you should get confused, stay calm and follow the lane you are in. Going the wrong way on a test is not a fail if done safely. Just avoid making any sudden movements that might surprise other drivers and cause danger. Let's fast forward to the second fail. In this clip, we see the pupil approach a pedestrian-controlled crossing. Let's watch the traffic lights as we approach. The driver made no attempt to stop, so the examiner applies the brake to stop the car. This is a serious fault, and as such a test fail. Let's look at the clip again and look at what could have been done to prevent this serious fault. As the car approaches the crossing, we can clearly see that the road markings change from double yellow to white zigzag lines. These lines are only found on approach to pedestrian crossings to stop cars being parked and blocking the crossing. These lines alone are an indicator of a crossing ahead. At the same time, you can clearly see the traffic lights that are on green and have been on green the whole time we have had visibility. From this we could determine that they could change as they have been green for a good amount of time, so therefore we should approach expecting them to change and with caution, being ready to stop. The pedestrians waiting are obscured by the queuing traffic, but on approach to any pedestrian crossing we should always be looking and scanning the crossing for waiting or approaching pedestrians. Then the final and biggest indicator are the lights themselves. We should always be glancing to see if they are going to change, and if we have noticed the other clues on approach, we should be ready to stop, maybe even reducing our speed slightly in anticipation. As soon as the lights change to amber, we should stop as long as it is safe to do so. In this clip, the pupil had time to stop when the lights changed to amber, but didn't attempt to or even slow the car down. As the lights were turning to red and the pedestrians were starting to cross, the examiner had no choice but to stop the car in order to prevent an accident, resulting in a serious fault and a test fail. In our last clip, we see the pupil returning to the test centre, being asked to reverse into one of the test bays marked with a sign. The pupil hesitates for some time before choosing a bay, which blocks traffic flow in the car park for longer than necessary. The pupil eventually starts to carry out the manoeuvre and reverses into a bay of their choosing. After the first attempt, the car is on one of the white bay lines, so they choose to drive forward and attempt to tidy up the manoeuvre. This happens 4 times in total, taking over 4 minutes, and still without finishing fully within the parking bay. This is not up to the required standard for a driving test, and the result is a serious fault for control on the manoeuvre. On this particular manoeuvre, it is okay to tidy up your position as long as you complete the manoeuvre safely and within a reasonable time frame. When carrying out any manoeuvre, it is important to keep practicing until you are confident and you know what to do. Set up reference points if needed and get enough experience so you know when to turn, when to stop, and how to adjust your position if necessary. Ensure you can reliably complete every test manoeuvre before attempting a driving test. As you have seen, there are many ways to fail your test, and hopefully by seeing these videos and understanding exactly why they were serious faults, will give you some guidance on what is expected by the examiners when taking your UK driving test. If you are taking your test soon, good luck. If you found this video interesting, then please visit our channel, as there are over 200 more tutorial videos to help you improve your driving. If you would like to help us make new videos, then please consider becoming a member of our channel. Thanks for watching.